I'm excited to welcome our top guy in 2023 in Blue Cain. What's going on today, bro?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Well, let's get into this. You have your first year in the books. It was an incredible first high school year. You started bringing some offers now. You have two at the moment. Just what's it feel like to be in the position you're at right now?
It's definitely a great feeling. It's something I worked for my whole life, and just to find start getting rewards is good. But I'm not done yet. I'm just trying to keep working and getting better.
Absolutely. And for those two offers now, the first one that comes in ETSU, take us to that day. What's it like learning that you were going to have your first Division One offer?
I was actually on the way to a workout, and then my AAU coach Bobby called me. He just said they offered, and so it was exciting. It definitely was, but yeah, it was exciting.
That's Howard awesome. Come and in now. You have take us to that offer, and that's obviously an HBCU school. We know everything behind that. We'll get into that in a minute, but just to have a Howard offer, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I actually went to a camp, and they took us to another HBCU in Tennessee State University, and it was a really great campus. And it was just exciting to have another offer. And Howard's a great school, so I was excited.
And we know the whole movement, everything going on right now. The HBCUs have become a lot more of a potentially destination for guys, especially top ranked guys. Now that McCurmaker's gone there, a few other guys are looking into
Yeah,
it. For you, though, I mean,
yeah.
obviously, what would it mean like to possibly go there and go to a historical Black community college? I mean, college. What would that mean to you?
I mean, it definitely be a lot. I mean, definitely mean a lot because it's like a new trend now, and I think everybody's really starting to look into it. And so, I mean, I'm definitely gonna look into it in the future. It just mean a lot to just start a new wave.
No doubt. Now, going forward, I mean, you're going to have a lot more offers come in over your career. Who are some schools that are showing interest right now?
Tennessee showing a lot of interest. Iowa State, Vanderbilt, Seton Hall, Virginia, Rhode Island, and then a few other schools, but I can't remember them right now.
And out of all those schools, who would you say are some of the schools that are showing the most interest that you think might have an offer extended to you sometime soon?
Um, oh, Georgetown also. I could definitely see Georgetown and Iowa State, and then I could see UT as well.
That's big time. Let's talk about some of those schools. Georgetown's a school that has Coach Ewing, an established Hall of Fame NBA player, and ultimately your goal is to play in the NBA someday. To have a coach that has played in the league, done what you want to do someday, how much more appealing does that make a program to you?
It definitely means a lot just because he's been there before and he knows what it's like, and so he can definitely offer some advice. But it definitely is a selling point and a factor.
Couldn't agree more. And for you now, you look at all these schools. A lot of guys like staying home, especially because of stuff going on right now. Would staying in Tennessee or staying somewhere close to Tennessee have any kind of impact on your recruitment?
I definitely would like to stay sort of close to home, but I'm also open to going away. Like I really like the West Coast, and so I could definitely see myself on the West Coast too. A city school.
That's awesome. So, what are you looking for in a college? Like, give us three things that you want to make sure college has for you to even consider them.
Just a good coaching staff and someone who's gonna let me play my style of play and just make sure everything the coaching staff is helping you. I also look at the style of play a lot of a school. Like if a school likes to play fast, then that's definitely much more appealing to me. And then that's about all. And just the atmosphere and the campus.
And how about teaming up with someone? I think that's something some guys have liked doing. We see a lot of guys teaming up. Is there someone that through AAU wise, high school wise, that you've talked to that you could possibly see yourself team up with at the college level?
Definitely a lot of my friends who but I'd be willing to team up with anybody. I think there are a lot of definitely really good players who I'm really interested in playing with in the future.
That's big time. And you being a part of 2023, it's a great class, big time class. What's like being a part of that?
It's a great class. I mean, I think we're I think we're all starting a bunch of new waves in terms of recruitment and just all that stuff. And so I mean, it's exciting to just be able to lead people and be the new wave.
And you guys are kind of the first of this, if you want to call it social media class. I mean, two guys have millions of followers. A lot of you guys are high profile guys, including yourself. What's it like kind of seeing this new era of just social media taking over basketball?
I mean, it's very fun, but I try to get not caught up in it and realize that there's definitely way more to it than just social media. And so just, even though it's cool, but it doesn't mean anything really. I mean, you still got to go out there and play basketball every day. And so just try to get better, improve yourself.
Couldn't agree more, man. Let's talk about your freshman season. You're at Knoxville, 25-4, state champions. What was this year like?
It was a great experience. I had an interesting role in terms because I was just playing defense and just scoring when I could. But this year, I'm gonna have to step it up a lot in terms of scoring, which I think I'm prepared to do. But I mean, it was just a great experience just to play against because we got to play against Kennedy, Chandler, IMG. So it was just a great opportunity to play against those like big time players.
And that is what's huge. I mean, you were a freshman. You decided to go to a school where you take a smaller role. You kind of just become a part of a team to help win a championship because of how much talent's there. What went into that? Why'd you choose Knoxville?
I chose Knoxville Catholic just because I thought it was the best place for me in terms of like scheduling and recruitment. And a lot of the guys I play AU with go there too. And I feel like, I mean, if I went there, we could have had something special, and we did. And I feel like we're going to be really good for a long time to come.
So your school was the first state championship they've ever won. To be a part of that, to have your name in history, and you probably might be able to win three more. But just to have that first one in school history, what was that like? What does that mean to you?
It was a great experience in terms because like even people who went to school like 20 years ago were contacting our coach before the game and were like wishing us luck. And then that first day back after we won it, it was like a parade. Everybody was so happy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So your freshman year, you averaged close to 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, nearly 2 steals per game. How do you look to build on that? Having a larger role next year, where do you kind of see your averages being?
I'm still gonna try to stick to defensively, but I could see myself averaging about like 16, and then I'm definitely gonna have a much bigger role rebounding wise because we lost our big man Cain. So I could think I could go for like 16, 8, 5, and then I'm definitely gonna try to pick up the defense even more because I've been working on my lateral quickness and like explosiveness. So the defense will probably pick up even more than what it was last year.
You mentioned playing with some of your AU teammates. One of those guys is BJ Edwards, a top guy in the country. What's it like playing with him?
He's a great player. He's a great leader, and he just makes sure everybody's working hard. And yeah, he's a very good leader on and off the court in terms of like what you should do.
And him being a year older than you, he has a little bit more experience than you. He's more established. What's some of the stuff and advice he's giving you now as you start heading into your sophomore season where it's going to be a lot more of your show as well?
He just told me keep working and just never be satisfied. And then you just got to get in the gym every day. It's just about the amount of hours you put in. So he just told me keep working.
Absolutely, man. Let's talk about AAU. That's also where you play with BJ. You play with Brandon Huntley-Hatfield. You play with Drew Williams. You play with a lot of these big-time guys. What's it like playing with BMS Elite?
I mean, it's the best program that I've ever experienced, and I think it's one of the best programs in the country. We play everybody. And our head director, Bobby, really gets involved with everybody else and helps out all the kids. So it's a great program. I'm very thankful for it.
So we kind of talked about the impact BJ's had on you, but Gup's the top 10 player in the country. So is Drew. He's another top guy. All these guys going through this recruiting process. As you begin to go into this process now, what is the recruiting aspect advice that all those guys have given you?
Uh, just uh, just keep my options open and just never have ideas about a school and just make sure I give every school a chance because that could be the right school for me, even if I don't think it initially.
That's a big thing. I think recruiting process historically, I mean, a lot of guys always look at the blue bloods. They're attractive, they're cool, even high majors. We see guys from the
Yeah.
mid major, low majors make it to the pros. Is this something that you're considering? Would you be okay and want to go to possibly a mid or low major if that's the best fit for you?
I'm definitely just interested in finding the best fit for me and just being able to showcase my skills. And because I mean, like you said, like those dudes are always, I mean, a bunch of those dudes go to the pros. And so I think just the best school for me is where I'm going to end up.
Couldn't agree more, man. You mentioned a couple big games this past season. You go against Kenny Chandler, big time player, top guy in the country. IMG, we know what they can bring to the table. What are those games
hmm
like?
It was a great atmosphere, and it was just a great experience for me just to watch it whenever I was guarding those guys, just to see what they did and how like controlled they were. But it was also like a great atmosphere and environment in terms of like the support we had from Knoxville.
Now, which one of those two teams would you say was your favorite one?
I would definitely say the IMG game because we sold out our arena, and it was a fun day in general.
Would you say that was your favorite game of the year?
Oh, for sure, definitely, it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
you're part of AU. I mean, not a lot of guys out there have been able to do that this year. You've been able to play in quite a few different tournaments, different events. What's it just been like getting back on the court and getting back to playing?
I'm just thankful to be able to be out there because I know a lot of people are on lockdown right now, and so it's just giving me more opportunities. So I'm just thankful to be out there.
And there was one big event. You're part of the main event. What was that like? I mean, we see Mike Williams, we see Jaw, we see all these big time guys, Brandon again. What was that game like?
It was a great opportunity just for me to go against those top guys, and I think I represented myself very well in it. And it was just a great opportunity to just show what I could do against them because those dudes are very highly regarded.
Absolutely. And let's talk about a couple things about you now. I mean, we obviously know you have the hair. Take us through that and
Yeah.
kind of why it's become your signature hit move.
Well, I just let it grow out, and then it just got to the point where it was just too in my face, so I just had to put it up in a ponytail, and then everybody liked it, and so I just kept it and kept rolling with it.
So you plan on keeping it for a while still?
I think I'm gonna keep it for a while. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it eventually, but I'm gonna keep it for a while.
For sure. And your guy's been blowing up. I mean, the past year has really been big time for you. Really started off there with camp where you're 73 points, second most in MSHTV camp history. What was going through that game?
I was just trying to play. I didn't even realize it was the last game of the day. I didn't even realize I was going for that much. I just kept hitting shot after shot, and so then I just kept scoring, and it was a great experience after, because that really was like the start of the, I guess, hype for me.
So that's different. I mean, not many people have ever said they could score 73 in a game. What's different about
hmm
that game? What was going through your mind that was different than every other game you played before?
I just think all my shots were falling, and I just think I was on my moves, and I was being extra aggressive in terms of getting to the basket, because that's one of my strong suits. But that game, I think I was just extra aggressive in terms of getting to the basket.
Is that the hottest you ever got before?
I've been like that in a few summer league games, but that was probably like the hottest I've been in like an actual game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. And you also got athletic. I mean, kind of underrated athleticism wise, but you're able to dunk. You throw down a lot of big time dunks. How have you learned to use your athleticism in games?
I've definitely just because one of my strong suits is getting to the rim and playing in transition, and so I just been able to just use my jumping ability to just finish over taller defenders and finish through defenders as well.
I believe your real name is Chris. You go by Blue Cain, obviously.
Yeah.
What went into that? Why do you go by Blue?
It's my middle name, and I just don't really like the name Chris. I don't feel I look like a Chris or act like a Chris, so I just go by Blue.
When did you first start going by Blue?
Ever since I was born, my dad's name is Chris, and so my mom called me Blue. It's like it didn't get confused, and then it just stuck with me through school and basketball.
Absolutely, man. And a couple more things before I let you go is you're also playing in Tennessee. It's a state that's really under the radar. There's a lot of talent out there. What's like just being a part of Tennessee basketball?
It's definitely really underrated. We have a lot of players, especially in 2023, with me, Isaiah, Jalen Jones, Marcel. We got a lot of dudes out here who are just under the radar. But I think we're going to wake people up eventually. But it's just a lot of talent out here that people don't really realize.
Couldn't agree more, man. When you look at your game, who's some NBA players? Who's some players that you kind of look up to that kind of model game after, or are you thinking even that you play a lot like?
Um, I don't really play a lot like him, but I look up to Paul George a lot just in terms of like the way he's so well rounded and how he can play defense, but also get you 25 points.
And your ultimate
So,
goal will be to play in the NBA, I can imagine. Besides that, though,
yes,
off the
sir.
court, what's some of the other goals? What do you want to do career-wise off the court?
I really like marketing for grassroots basketball, so I could definitely see myself working in that industry.
That's awesome, man. One thing I was like wrapping up with everyone is talking about building a legacy for you. It's something I think all guys
Mhm.
want to do. And so when you are done playing basketball someday, what do you want your legacy to be for what you achieve both on and off the court?
I just want my legacy to be that I help the people around me and that I just stay true to the people who helped me get to where I am.
No doubt, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today, my guy, and look forward to seeing what God got next for you, bro. Of
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
course, you're always welcome on, man. God bless.
You too.